Hey, I'm Chase, and this is All Things Rem. Today, we're talking about the Aeromat Supersonic and Watch Gang's Platinum Tier, May 2020. Now, I never wanted this watch. In fact, I'm going to go on a slight rant before we dive into the review. Now, this Aeromat Supersonic watch, which is a part of the Platinum tier that costs $299, well, 6 months ago on Watch Gang, I unsubscribed their subscription service because I really don't want to spend $299 on a watch. I don't even know what I'm getting. And I'll give you an example. Long Island Watches has the Islander, this awesome watch right now on their website for $299, and I wanted to pick that up. But guess what? I got an email that stated that, hey, you've just been charged for your Platinum tier and your watch is shipped. Well, I was a little taken back, I was a little off guard, and I was a little pissed off because 6 months ago I changed it to on demand, which means only when I say ship a watch should they ship a watch. Really, I never wanted to have another watch shipped to me again. Instead, I got an email saying your watch has been shipped, and I emailed them back. I emailed customer service back and said, hey guys, I have this as on demand. Why did you ship me the Platinum tier? I do not want this watch. I do not want it to be charged. Please stop the shipment. Guess what? I didn't hear back for 4 solid days. I kept getting automatic emails that stated, hey, Watch Gang has not forgotten about you. However, the watch showed up anyway, and now I'm stuck with it. Well, I'm gonna do an unbiased review. I'm gonna try to do an unbiased review of this watch. The watch I've actually never heard of, an Aeromat. I actually tried to do some research on it, and the only thing I found on the watch itself is a Facebook page. So that already is a red flag in the back of my mind. The $299 tier is supposed to be a watch that costs about twice as much or more. So let's just dive right into the review. Okay, so here it is, the Aeromat. I have not opened this up yet, but it did come with this. It says, thanks for the first responders for your service, proudly benefiting Gary Sinise Foundation. Now, I am a huge fan of the Gary Sinise Foundation. He has done so much for first responders, police, fire, and the military. So I haven't looked at this watch yet, but if this is any good quality, then I may keep it just because if it's benefiting Gary Sinise, then I'm all for it. Thanks again to the men and women risking their lives so you can stay safe during this pandemic. So what do we have here? Before we open the box, the case is this sort of steel case that you'd find like 20 years ago holding your CDs. Not a bad case. I think the construction is fine. But again, this is supposed to be a watch that is more than the $299 that you paid for it. It's supposed to be quite a bit more. Let's open it up. Okay, so this is an aviation style watch. It actually doesn't look too bad. It has a nice, let's just take it off this pillow right here. Inside the case, not really much. It says international warranty. This is called the Supersonic, and the retailer is Watch Gang. And that is it. So let's just go ahead and get this out of the way and focus on the watch itself. Now, it does have a tag. This is the SKU number. If you guys are interested in trying to do more research, leave a comment down below if you guys can tell me more about this watch. Okay, so here is the Aeromat Supersonic. You can see it's ticking right here. I moved it around just a little bit, and it started to tick about. It looks like the dial has a nice textured finish. The date window here at the 4 o'clock position, and it looks like it has a moving chapter ring on the inside, which I assume is what this is for. It does. It has a moving chapter ring, which actually is pretty cool. And I'm guessing this right here. And it does have a screw down crown, which is good. It says it has 10 ATM or 330 feet of water resistance, 100 meters. So actually that's not too bad. It does have hand winding. I can feel it. Let's see if it has hacking. It also has hacking. That is nice. Now let's take a look at the date change function. Now, one of the things already Okay, so it doesn't have necessarily a quick change function, but it's actually not too bad. But the only thing that I don't like so far is this hour hand. It is making it extremely difficult to read because it is skeletonized. So that's one of the things already that's a downfall of the watch. It is not necessarily a terrible thing. However, it's not my favorite. I want to be able to easily read my watch. A lot of pilots' watches, a lot of aviation style watches are big in the numbers and very bold so that you can look down and easily reference time. So the second hand looks pretty cool. It has sort of like a spiral black and white spiral down, like a corkscrew down with a red hand. Okay, let's talk about the case construction. The case construction is not bad. It is steel, so I assume 3L stainless steel, which is the industry standard. It does have a brushed finish around the top of the case, a polished finish around the edges, and a brushed finish around the side. The lug width appears to be 20 millimeters, although I'm not really sure because, again, my calipers are gone. So it's hard to really say exactly what the size of this watch is. Now, here's one of the things I like and don't like about automatic watches, especially ones that I don't know anything about. It says automatic movement, but I don't have a see-through window to see exactly what movement it is without opening it up. That's not necessarily a bad thing because sometimes see-through case backs are just way overdone. I like the Aeromat engraving, 3D engraving on the back. I think it looks really cool. I like this bead blasted behind it and polished Aeromat. I really think it looks cool. I'm glad they used a screw down case back also. And I just noticed that on this leather strap, they are quick release straps. So that is awesome. Aeromat right here also has the logo on the tang, which is brushed as well. Now, I'm sorry I don't know a lot about this watch. I know that it does have that cushion style case, so it should wear relatively comfortably. The lug to lug does not seem extreme on this watch. Seems actually pretty short compared to other style watches, but let's actually put it on the wrist and see what it looks like. Okay, and here it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. I'm not really sure if that's sapphire or if it's mineral crystal. It's really hard to tell. It is a flat piece of whatever it is. So this right here again is on my 7¼ inch wrist. Being 7¼ and I've been wearing a lot of watches in my entire life, it actually fits quite a bit larger on the case than I originally thought. However, the dial is still small, so I'm not really sure sort of how it would fit into my collection. Let's take it off the wrist for just a minute. Okay, so I just did some calculations with a tape measure, and this is about 42 millimeters. So if this is 42 millimeters across, then you can definitely tell this lug width is pretty long. So maybe 48 millimeters. I'm not really sure. I was really surprised how big it was on my wrist. However, the dial still seems a little small. Again, I'm not sure about the sapphire crystal or if it's a sapphire crystal or mineral crystal. I would assume that if this watch is going to be a platinum tier watch from Watch Gang, I would assume that it would have a sapphire crystal, unknown, and it would have an automatic movement, which it does. However, I'm really curious to see what type of automatic movement, because at a watch price point of anywhere from $500 to $700, which is where this is supposed to be, it should have an ETA movement in it. It should not have a Miyota movement. It should not have a Seiko movement. It should have a ETA or a Sellita or something similar, because we're going to reference back to Hamilton. Hamilton field watches, even though they're manual wind, can be as low as $250. So my Aviation Big Pilot Khaki King was $999. However, right now you can pick them up on Joma Shop for like $650. So is this really a good deal? I don't know. I'm not sure what my actual feelings are on this watch. Again, I'm not a big fan of that hour hand. The case construction seems very solid. Even the strap feels very nice. It does say genuine leather. However, the strap does feel nice. It's super thick, and even though it's super thick, it's pretty soft and supple. Oh yeah, you like that? Soft and supple. So I'm just unsure about this watch. Now again, if you guys know any more about the Aeromat, anything other than, now it's not Aeromatic, I searched Aeromatic, that auto-populated into my phone, and that's not correct. This is the Aeromat Supersonic. If you guys can find more information, leave it down in the comments below. I want to know what type of movement it has in it. I want to know what type of crystal it has on it. And I want to know what they're trying to retail this watch at, because, again, Watch Gang is supposed to be out there to save you money. And if this thing runs at nearly the same price that you picked it up, well, why would I want to pay basically full price for a watch that I did not choose? So again, just one last thing. It does have the spinning chapter ring. That's actually not bad. I really like this kind of cream colored dial. That's not too bad. In fact, if you look at it, the details are there. It does have nice details on the dial. The finishing is nice. I like the fact that it does have a brushed finish, and then it has polished edges and a brushed outer case to hide a lot of the scratches. I like the fact that they did do this detail, and I like the fact that they say that supports the Gary Sinise Foundation. So I would like to know more about that too. So again, I'm not really sure about this watch. I may just put this up on eBay. I'm not really sure yet. Again, if you guys are interested in a lot of the watches that I review, I'm going to be putting them on my eBay store linked in the description below. Not really sure yet if I'm going to put this up. Leave me a comment down below if you guys are interested. Here's a quick shot from their website. I was able to find it. It took a little bit of digging. 50 millimeter lug to lug, 20 millimeter with the strap size, and 43 with the case. Here is a little bit further breakdown. It says they use a Miyota 9015 movement, and they retail their watches for $750. Now, if you like videos and videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment of the content you guys would like to see on this channel. I got a lot of videos coming out in the future, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified when I drop my next video. Until next time.